So in this video, we're actually going to look at 5 people that were in a way responsible for the death of Mohbad. Yes, 5 people that we need to talk about. That if we're actually going to talk about their deaths, we need to actually point hands towards them. So stay tuned. I'm coming. The first people that we are going to talk about is Malian music. Yes, if we go back to 2022, we will actually see the word of Mohbad himself, where he actually talked about Malian music. And this was what he had to say. He said, "The event of the last 2 days have left indelible scars in my heart. I have always just wanted to create good music and to provide for my family and myself through music. As an artist from the street, I thought the Malian family would be a good place for me. We were in the studio, and some of the guys who work with Naira Marley, Sid, Shudi, Sheyi, and others were present, as well as Naira and Tunde. I noticed Tunde was quite agitated as we started the discussion. In the middle of the conversation, Tunde became violent and attacked me. The guys I was with was also attacked, humiliated, and stripped naked by Sid, Shudi, and Sheyi, and some other boys. We were barely able to escape. 3 of us had to be checked into the hospital to get medical care for the injuries sustained during the assault. Naira Marley was fully present throughout this event and, in fact, coordinated some of the attack as he instructed the boys to beat us up. Some of this was captured on video. Meaning that at Malian Records, many of these people were actually bullying this guy. They were really, really bullying this guy. And to be very honest, I actually went to ChatGPT to actually see what bullying can cause. And number one, we are seeing depression. Number two, anxiety. Number three, low self-esteem. Number four, suicidal thought and behavior. Number five, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Number six, social withdrawal and isolation. Number seven, trust issues. Number eight, aggressive behavior. Number nine, substance abuse. Number 10, poor academic and work performance. Number 11, sleep disorder. Number 12, eating disorder. Number 13, physical health problems, headache and stomach pain. Number 14, emotional numbness. Number 15, self-harm. Number 16, fear of social situation. Number 17, loss of interest in activities. Number 18, public humiliation, especially from cyberbullying. Number 19, difficult forming relationship. Number 20, long-term mental health issue. And we have seen a lot of videos of this guy being bullied online. What of the one that he was actually bullied offline that we don't know about? What of the one that was not on record? What of the one that is not on record? If bullying can actually lead to all of these things being mentioned, you know how scary it is for this guy while he was alive. They were mentioning the fact that, oh, he's taking this, he's taking that, he's taking this. What actually made this guy start taking all of these things? If not for the bullying part, in as much as it is very, very clear that the Malian music do not have a hand in the death of Mohbad, but we cannot exonerate them fully because they were responsible in a way for the death of this boy. Even though they don't know anything about it, what they have done to this guy in the past is one of the reasons why these guys cannot be exonerated from this issue. And that is fact. Number two is the police. We cannot actually take away the police because the way the police actually handle this matter just shows one level of unprofessionalism which is not making sense. The people that were supposed to be in prison are not the one in prison. They allowed Prime Boy and some others to stay in prison for 4 months without anything. All of the things that this guy said, they did not look thoroughly into it at all. They treated the case like they were paid. They treated the case like it was just one case of just any other, it would die down. Not knowing that Mohbad head is very, very strong. Because look at it, since like 2 years ago, we are still fighting over Mohbad's case like it's one fresh case. And to be very honest with you, had they been the police had actually taken their work very, very serious, they would actually settle this case since. But because they were just doing like Adaseka about like somebody is sponsoring them not to give the right information, not to go after the right people, you understand, thinking it was going to die down just like many other cases, is the reason why we are still here today. You cannot tell me that this case is one of the hardest cases that you guys have ever made. No. But you guys actually took the case anyhow, like it will pass. But this case is not passing. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. So the police, in a way, actually has a hand in this. And those that actually conducted the case at first need to actually be prosecuted. They need to actually speak out their mind. What actually went wrong? Why are you guys not pursuing the right people? Why did you guys allow the case to die down just like that? Do you understand? So there are many things to this from the police aspect. The number three person on the list is Wumi. To be very honest, Wumi has a lot of questions to answer. Why at the beginning of this case, why is it that immediately Mohbad pied, the people that you were actually putting your hand to that pied Mohbad, that you were actually sending the direction of people to, was Naira Marley and Sam Larry? Why didn't you mention what actually pied Mohbad? Immediately the death of Mohbad came out, they came out with the narrative that it was ear infection that pied Mohbad. Why didn't you say no? It was not it was not ear infection. It looks like you actually knew about all of these things and it was planned. Because for somebody that is not stupid, if you look at this case very, very well, you will look at the hand of Umi a little bit, but you still want to draw back a bit. That probably we are lying, probably is not true, probably is, you understand? Why did you allow quack nurse to be the one treating Mohbad where you could have actually gotten somebody professional? Why? So all of these questions, Mohbad wife actually need to answer. The next person on the list is Mohbad's father. Why would somebody buy? And they talked about it as ear infection, and immediately you went to go and bury Mohbad. What is it for you? That your son died, and immediately you requested that they bury him the next day. This guy is not a Muslim. His father is not a Muslim. What is it for the man? They complained that it was ear infection. Other people were saying it was other reason, and immediately you carried your son and went to go and bury your son. For what? It was not like it was in your family right that somebody immediately somebody died, they must actually bury the person. But you intentionally did this. Why? Why? They actually need to actually question this father. Why? Why? What is it in for you? That immediately this man, your child died. You were not even cautious about what might have been the reason. After you know what this guy have actually been through, you know what this guy have actually been through. What is it for you in that situation that you actually have to bury the guy immediately? The last person is actually the nurse. To be very honest, it's very, very scary because if the nurse has actually injected Mohbad with something, then it's scary because somebody else would have been involved in the matter. Somebody else. The nurse will not just come and say she's the one that did it. If actually it is true, according to someone that whatever the nurse injected it pied Mohbad, that means somebody else collaborated with the nurse to carry out the act. So she must be questioned too. She must be questioned, and she must be questioned thoroughly. Not all these just ask questions that are very dark because you can lie. Just like Sam Larry came and said he did not bully Mohbad, whereas there were videos of him bullying him. You understand? So they must be questioned thoroughly. All these five people need to be questioned thoroughly. Malian music, the Malian people, not because they actually pied Mohbad, but because they actually bullied the boy. But because they actually bullied him, and we know how what bullying can actually cause. Also, Mohbad's father, also Mumme, and also the police that were in charge of the case before. So let me know what you think. Is there any other people that you think need to actually say their own testimony in all of this? Let me know in the comment section. But those are the people that we need to actually point fingers on for the death of Mohbad actually in the real sense. Let me know what you think. Do well to follow, like, comment, and share. See you in the next